What's up? This is Trey T, and I want to talk about this post that I saw that FanDuel posted right here. They put start, bench, or cut between Cam Newton, Jalen Hurts, and Andrew Luck. So I'm going to get into it, talk about their stats, their accomplishments. Then at the end, I'm going to give who I would start, bench, and who I would cut. So let's jump into it. We're going to start off with Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck kind of had a short career. He played about 6 or 7 years. Injuries, I guess he got tired because Andrew Luck starting out, his offensive line was horrible. So I guess he got tired of taking all that punishment and he retired early. But in his time, he did make 4 Pro Bowls, beat Peyton Manning in the Broncos in 2014 in the playoffs, then lost to Tom Brady and the Patriots. That's the year the Patriots ended up in the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. As you can see, he had more sacks than he had passing touchdowns. He had 174 sacks to 171 passing touchdowns, over 23,000 passing yards, about a 61% pass completion. He really didn't run the ball a lot. He had 14 rushing touchdowns, 20 game-winning drives, and 83 interceptions he threw, and fumbled the ball 44 times. Now, Andrew Luck, his offensive line was a problem. He did have T.Y. Hilton. The defense was all right. So that's Andrew Luck. Now let's get to Cam Newton. Cam Newton won Rookie of the Year. Cam Newton won an MVP. Cam Newton won Offensive Player of the Year. Cam Newton was a 3-time Pro Bowler, a 1-time All-Pro, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Cam Newton, his completion percentage is about 60%. He threw for 32,382 yards, 194 passing touchdowns. He got sacked 332 times, though. 62 fumbles, 123 interceptions. He also had 20 game-winning drives, but the rushing is what stands out for Cam Newton. He had 5,628 yards rushing and 75 rushing touchdowns. Cam Newton, other than Steve Smith those first couple of years in Carolina, Cam Newton didn't really have the receivers that would have propelled him to the next level. Like Joe Burrow has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Cam Newton really didn't have that. He had Greg Olsen and Steve Smith, but he got Steve Smith and Greg Olsen really when they were past their prime. So now we get to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts just won the Super Bowl. He was a Super Bowl MVP. He's been to the Pro Bowl 2 times. Jalen Hurts actually has about a 64 passing completion percentage, 14,000 passing yards, 85 passing touchdowns. He's been sacked 151 times, 45 fumbles. Now, if we talk interceptions, he's throwing like the least amount of interceptions of the 3 quarterbacks. 55 rushing touchdowns, 3,100 rushing yards. Now, if you look at the totality of the teams, Jalen Hurts has been to the Super Bowl twice now. But if you look at the players around him, I'm sure everyone can agree that not only did Jalen Hurts have better offensive and I ain't gonna say defensive players because Carolina had a damn good defense, but offensively, Jalen Hurts had way better players than Cam Newton and Andrew Luck. So when you compare all 3 of them, 77 games, 86 games, 148 games, 64 passing completion passing, 61 and 60. Sacks taken. If you look at the touchdowns, passing touchdowns, Andrew Luck 171. Cam Newton played 60 more games? If we're talking about passing touchdown, Andrew Luck is the better passer. Now, if we're talking about rushing, then Jalen Hurts and Cam Newton get that nod. But Cam Newton played 62 more games than Andrew Luck, but he only threw 24 more touchdowns. And Andrew Luck only has played 9 more games than Jalen Hurts, but Andrew Luck has thrown 86 more touchdowns than Jalen Hurts. And like I said, Jalen Hurts has had way better, more receiving help than Andrew Luck. So based off this, off the start, bench, and cut, I would probably start Andrew Luck, bench Cam Newton, and cut Jalen Hurts. And I know a lot of people, well, Jalen Hurts is the only one with a Super Bowl. This should show you right here that Super Bowls are really team accolades, because the fact that Cam Newton played that many more games and Andrew Luck is right there in touchdowns with him, and Andrew Luck has 86 more touchdowns than Jalen Hurts without the weapons that Jalen Hurts has, I'm going to put it like this. If you switch Andrew Luck with Jalen Hurts, the Eagles may have went undefeated. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown would have both probably had 1,500 receiving yards. Then you got to remember they had Saquon Barkley back there. And the same thing, if you switch Jalen Hurts and Cam Newton, do you think Jalen Hurts leads that Carolina team to 15-1 that year and makes it all the way to the Super Bowl with Greg Olsen and Ted Ginn as the receivers? Hell no. So that's why you can, oh yeah, man, Jalen Hurts was the MVP of the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts is the Super Bowl champion. Yeah, but look who's around Jalen Hurts. Like, when you have more help than somebody, you better be able to win. So like I said, I will start Andrew Luck, bench Cam Newton, and cut Jalen Hurts. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Who would you trade, start, and cut? Not trade. Who would you start, bench, and cut? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment. More videos coming soon. Trey T out. Peace.